The anti-drug organization known as D.A.R.E, which includes police enforcement that go to certain public schools and convince kids or try to convince kids not to do drugs, also has a website where they publish articles about some of the harmful effects of drugs, including marijuana. Well, recently they posted an article titled, "Edible Marijuana Candies Kill 9 in Colorado, 12 at Coachella."
Really?
Huh, fascinating. Now, they had some pretty interesting things in the article, including an anonymous source that said the following. "It is sad that in a country as developed as America, such third world drugs such as marijuana are allowed to exist. Children are being addicted to marijuana. I knew this day would come when a liberal president allowed a state to legally sell marijuana Flintstone vitamins to children." The article also said the following: "Marijuana, it is one of the most dangerous drugs on earth. For every 1 joint of marijuana, 4 teenagers become burdened with pregnancy." All right, so here's this ridiculous...
I'm trying to figure out how that works. Like, okay, wait, you smoke the joint, and then 4 chicks show up, and then you burden them.
You burden them real good. Okay, so this...
If that's true, I'm going to light up right now.
So this is a ridiculous article, right? And we all know that it's not true. You don't have to be a rocket scientist or even an expert in marijuana to know that these are not facts. Well, they published it anyway, and their main source was actually a website known as Topic as News. And it turns out that it is a satirical website, kind of like The Onion.
Right.
So they not only fell for a satirical news story, they're also the same people that are supposed to educate kids about the harmful effects of drugs, and they have no idea what these drugs actually do.
Yeah, okay, so here's the deal. All these satire sites should all be banned.
Thank you.
Yes.
Except for The Onion, because it's well established that The Onion is satire.
That's right. So we're pro-satire. Are we not merciful? We pardon you, Onion, and in fact enjoy your work. Everyone else, cut it out. Okay, you're annoying everybody. People think it's real. How are they supposed to know this site's not real? Now, having said that, D.A.R.E, come on, dude. Like, if you thought it was real, it's worse to put it up. First of all, third world drug. What does that even mean? What is that? Okay, that's some racialist stuff there, and you don't put that up. It's worse if you think it's real, right? And then to say, oh, we knew a liberal president would give out Flintstone vitamins with marijuana in it. What? Come on. It's supposed to be a nonpartisan group. This is total garbage. And then who read this and thought, oh, yeah, for everybody who smokes a joint, 4 teenagers get pregnant.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, yes. I have to question your intelligence if you're going to put this up as something legitimate on your site.
It's like that old school meme that went on the internet a long time ago about how every time you masturbate, God kills 6 kittens.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you guys don't remember that?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Ah,
anyways. All right, well, you're asking who would read that.
Dear kitten. Bad news.
So you're asking who would read that and believe it and regurgitate it on a website like this? Well, I have that answer for you.
Okay.
The author of the story is Hayward Bynum III, whose other bylines include, "It is time for America to invade the Middle East and rename it New America. German soccer team uses Nazi super soldier serum to beat Brazil 7-1. Risks start of World War III, and are women even people, really?" Now, this is not the D.A.R.E person who wrote the article. This is the person who's written, like, other satirical articles, right? So, like, I don't know. You want to know who your source is. You want to look into it a little bit. And once you see an article titled, "Are women even people, really?" and you realize it's not an MRA website, then maybe it's time to not take it seriously.
Yeah. But look, this goes to a mindset of the anti-drug people. They've so convinced themselves of how evil drugs are that they'll go to any extreme and say preposterous things to get people to be against drugs, not smoke joints, make sure that it remains illegal. And these D.A.R.E guys, they come in, they scare the bejesus out of the kids, and then they leave. They leave no support behind. They don't continue to communicate with kids. And so I actually think they might be slightly counterproductive. I mean, human psychology being what it is, if you tell people like, oh, you think you're going to have a great time with marijuana, but it's dangerous, that you walk out and they're like, oh, really? Am I going to have a great time with marijuana? Let me try that out.
So the evidence definitely points to the direction that you're saying. Like, it doesn't work, it hasn't been successful, and D.A.R.E is trying to, like, redo their whole process so they have a longer term conversation with kids about drugs. I don't know if that's going to be successful. But I will say from my experience, they did scare the hell out of me, and I didn't do drugs until I was in college.
So it worked
But that's
for
good.
a little while.
But that's good. I'm glad I didn't do drugs as a teenager.
Yeah. I was such an uber nerd that I didn't even drink because I heard that it kills brain cells. And I was like, my brain cells are so important. I must keep them intact. Okay. Later, I came to realize, no, they're not that important. It's okay. We can afford to burn a bunch of them.